What's up YouTube? Today I'm going to do a quick video on how to install the One Piece TCG sim online. We're going to download it from the drive, we're going to customize it here, and then we're also going to show you how to get decks and how to add it to Steam as its own game with a custom background. All these links are going to be in the description, starting with this one here. This is from the creator of the sim off his Twitter link. You download the Windows one if you're on Windows, Linux, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes if you go to download it, it'll say like the download has been exceeded. And if it says that, you can go to the more downloads here for the folder. And then it's just another zip file. So we're going to give this a second here and let this download. And then I'll meet you at the desktop. Okay, so the zip file is now downloaded. We're going to just drag it to the desktop for the video's sake. We need to extract it. I like to use 7-zip. If you're on Windows 11, you can't right-click it anymore because it has this Windows bullshit. So you have to shift right-click, go to 7-zip, extract here. So now you can delete the zip file. You're going to need to keep this folder somewhere. This is everything that is needed to run the sim. I like to put in like my documents folder or on your desktop or something. This exe file right here is actually the game itself, so we can launch this really quick and take a look at what's the UI looks like and kind of if it needs to be launched, an update or anything, we can do that. Okay, so this is the normal UI. I'd recommend muting the sound and the music. Kind of bland, kind of boring, like nothing really crazy. We'll go to the settings first and make sure you can change your name up here. And then you can turn on auto draw. Nothing else really needs on. Like you don't want to auto skip triggers or anything like that. Confirm intern, you can do that if you like it. Same with Dawn attachment too. We'll go through later how to get decks and how to actually play it. I'll show you guys how to do that as well towards the end of the video. But this is it. This is the UI. We're going to make this look a lot better here in a second. But you have multiplayer. You can play versus yourself. You can host private games. These are all like the regions. So Western, Eastern, Private, Korean, Unlimited. These are all your different card restrictions and what cards are out. Western is the main one. You can click on this. You can choose your deck up here. These are like your multiplayer lobbies. You can just join whenever. You can also like host it yourself or whatever. They have ranked stuff. They got a Discord and everything. You can join there. But for now, let's close out of this and we are going to customize it to make it not look so bad. So this website is the OPTCG Sim Themer. This is the main screen here. Just go to create your own up here. Okay, so I'm actually going to show you my version of the game that's already customized and I have it linked up to my Steam. And I'm just going to kind of show you like what the playmats look like and the card sleeves and everything, so you have an idea instead of having to just guess here from the like preview or whatever, because you don't really see what it looks like on the game itself. So I'll show you this really quick. Like this is your main background, and then solo v self. I have my decks up here. I'll just start a game versus myself. So like these are my card sleeves. This is my Dawn backs. These are my playmats here. So we can say keep. I'll keep this hand. He'll keep that hand, and then let's say if I wanted to play a Dawn, it flips over, now it's this. So like this is kind of, you got your Dawn back, your Dawn, your sleeve cards, your 2 play mats, and then the background. And then we can cancel match. You also have the deck editor screen that you can change as well. So you kind of have to think about like how busy you want the picture to be, because there's like the chat on the side and everything over here too. So like you want to be able to read this as well. You want the sleeves to like look clean. Like I don't like how the sleeves here have this edge. There's just something to think about when we're doing this. Okay, so for playmats, you just scroll over here, you find one you like this is sick. We'll do this, and then you can change it, the overlay, once it loads over here, where it says like kind of your coster, your Dawn, your trash, your leader, like it gives you a marker of where stuff's at. I like the markers, but I don't like having the text on it, so I do mine like this, and just leave it on a rounded medium. You can turn the shadows on or off, it doesn't really matter that much. And then now the annoying part is you have to go through, and if you want the same playmats for every color, just go through and click on it, and then click on the same playmat for fucking all of these. Or if you're really extra, you could go through and choose a specific playmat for each color if you want to be OCD about it. So we'll just go through the list here. I'll speed this up really quick. Okay, so that's going to be our playmat. And then now we can go to the menus. This is gonna be like the main one, like the one I showed you with the merry-go. I think is a Skypea picture. So for this one, you kind of want something like bland because it's gonna be the background. And it's gonna your texture is gonna be showing over it, and you want to be able to read the text clearly. So you don't want like anything super crazy. Kind of what I tried to do is get something like on the side of the edge, so the left side's clear with the text. If that makes any sense. Let's find a good one here. Let's see. We'll do this one because he's kind of on the side. The left side's clean and it looks cool. And then there's another menu type that you're going to have to choose here for the deck editor. This one doesn't matter really as much. You won't use it that much. So we'll just do blue Luffy here. And then now card backs. So this is for the big deck of cards. Like I said earlier, mine kind of had that weird line on them because there's a bunch of colors at the edge. So that's something you can worry about if you care. But honestly, you kind of just do what's a higher res picture that looks really good. Like some of these chopper ones are pretty blurry. So some of these have a better resolution. Like this Enel one here looks really clean. Wouldn't really match what we've got so far, but it doesn't really matter since it's just for the video. This one's super clean. We can just do this. But like even like this looks really good. This is super basic. And then we can change to the Dawn cards and then do the same thing. So this is the backs. So when you flip the Dawn, you'll have different art. So you can do, I mean, you can do this too, but if you like having different stuff for the Dawn, you can do something else. Let's just say we'll do, I'm sure there's a high quality Luffy one here somewhere. Like this looks really good. These look really good. We'll do this one and then we'll have the Dawn flipped over and then be another Luffy because it kind of matches, I guess. So we did this one as the back. We can do, well, honestly, let's change it. This one looks better as a back, I think. So I could just click on random ones, but I kind of want it to look good for you guys so you kind of see what I'm trying to do, because I've changed mine like 3 or 4 times now. I'll get bored and I'll mess around with it and try to make it look better. Alright, so now that we have Dawn, you can change this. Like this big overlay looks kind of poor. You can just do like, you can make it white, or you can just do the focus lines, or you can do just the border or just the text. I like the border here. I think this looks really good. So we're gonna leave it like that, leave it on random medium, shadows, whatever. And then here is the last step. So they cannot have the One Piece card images because it's copyright or something, I guess. So it's going to have you go to where your sim is installed. So streaming assets, sim data, streaming assets, then cards. So you click on browse. Our installation's right here. Go to sim data, go to streaming assets, click cards, and click upload. It's going to say you're uploading a bunch of files, upload them all. 3,988 cards. So it's going to take a couple minutes, probably. So just give this a little bit. Okay, correction. You actually don't have to wait for it to upload. You just click on download here, and then the install guide's up there. You don't really need to click on that. Just press generate theme, and then give it a second. So this is generating all your 21 color play mats, your menus, your card backs, your Dawn, your cards, and it's putting those card sleeves on the back of the card pictures. So it's just going to take, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes. I have a pretty decent PC, but it takes me a minute, and then we'll have to show you guys how to install these here in a second. Okay, so after about 10 minutes, it's done. It's gonna go through all the cards. Like there's like almost 4,000 of them. So just let that finish. Press download theme, and then we have a zip file of it. We can go to the install guide, and it will tell us where to put it, I believe. I guess not. Oh, here it is. That link is wrong, I guess. That brings you to the FAQ. So copy the contents of the extract zip folder into the streaming assets folder of your installation, and then overwrite the files. So that's pretty simple. We'll go here. We'll pull up our downloads right here. We're going to extract it. Hit the shift right click because Windows 11 sucks. Extract here. Okay, and then we're going to open up this. We're going to go to sim data, and then we're going to go to streaming assets. And then we will just move these into here. And then replace all the files. Okay, so now that that's done, Before we go any further, I'll show you guys how to add it to Steam. You're gonna go to Steam, go to Games up here, add a non-Steam game to my library. You're gonna browse. You're gonna click on the exe here, and then it will add it to the game. It's gonna have no border. So click on the My Games in the library up here to get to this page. Right-click this, go to Manage, and then Add Custom Artwork. I got mine off Pinterest. I'll put a link on it. I just searched up One Piece wallpapers, like phone wallpapers, since it's vertical. So I mean, pretty much any of these would work, but I thought that one was pretty clean. Like this would work. Anything vertical would work a lot better. And then now we can launch it through Steam. I'm gonna have to launch it through here since I have 2 installations of it, and this is the one we just customized. So let's see if it works. Bang! Look at that. So our deck editor should be Blue Luffy. We got him in the background, and then now let's get a deck really fast. We can close out of this, close out of the sim and the Google Drive. This will be linked in the description as well. This one has a tier list system for each card release and for each region. And there's also a deck builder, meta, and then you can see tournament winners. Each one's just going to the tier list for your region, and then you can choose out of these. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Dark Horse is like off-meta stuff. So let's say we want to do Blue, Purple, Luffy. We'll scroll down here to Tier 1, and you just click Copy Text. You go back to the sim. You can go to Deck Editor, Import Deck from Clipboard. We'll name it BP Luffy. Oops. Save it, and then now we have this deck saved. And so we could go into a multiplayer game, but I'm just going to do solo versus myself. I don't want to dodge someone's game. You select your deck here on the side. I start. And then there's our playmat. There's our card sleeves. There's our Dawn sleeves. These are our cards down here in the bottom. So your very first turn, you get to choose if you're mulliganing or keeping. So you look at these cards. Normally you wouldn't be able to see their cards, but since I'm playing for both players, I get to see those cards as well. So I'm playing against myself. We'll just say we're keeping both. And then you can get your card action or whatever. It will tell you pretty much if you have a trigger and if you can resolve it or not. So you really need to read the cards and make sure, like, if there's something saying use action, you need to see if, like, there's an if, or if you had to play it before, or if you played your triggers wrong or stuff like that. If something's not working, it's probably because you didn't play it in the right order or you read the card wrong. So look at that. Look at our flipped over Dawn. That looks really clean, honestly. I might replace my already installed version with this because I think this looks a lot better than the one I did the other day. So okay, so let's say if you've never played the card game, I'm not going to go through all the rules, but kind of just how the sim works. So first person gets 1 Dawn, which is your like mana value. We're going to play this 1 Dawn card. And then we can use card action. That's the only card I had that was 1 Dawn, so that's all I could do. It's not really a good card to play, but then we'll end turn. Use card action. He draws, he gets 2 Dawn, then you can play a 2 Dawn card, which is, I only have events and counters up here, so I can't really play anything. If you want to attach stuff, you just click the Dawn, click it on the leader, and then like you can attack by clicking on the leader and attacking if it's the right turn to do so. So like this one has an on-play effect, and it instantly gives you your on-play, like up here. And then you can do your thing. So like the top 5 cards in your deck and return them to the top or bottom in any order. So then you can sort this deck by like which card you want to draw next turn or whatever. Then you can just click or drag, start placing on top. You click or drag them, put them however you want them, and then return cards a deck. So it does everything for you. Like it tells you what to do. If you're missing something, just look in the corner here or look up here and make sure there's not like a trigger or something you're missing. But yeah, that's really it. This is how to install One Piece 2025 updated version with customization and adding it to Steam to make it look really clean and simple. So if you liked the video, like and subscribe and leave a comment.